This is Damon Bungard from Overland Coolers, and today I'm going to get a chance to talk about the all-new Jeep Wrangler JLU Rubicon, the new 2018 Wrangler. This is a redesigned Wrangler. Now, if you followed me along any of my adventures, you know I'm a Wrangler fan. I had my 2008 JKU Rubicon for 10 years. It served me very well, took me on a lot of great adventures. Well, here's the new one. So I'm going to do a quick little kind of check over of what I like, what I don't like, what the Jeep engineers did a good job of updating on the new one. Bumper to bumper interior, and kind of how I have mine initially set up for kind of overland and fly fishing and hunting and overland adventure trips. And so let's get into it. This is the all new 2018 JLU Rubicon from a guy who had a JK for 10 years. Now with my JK, I had it set up with a goby rack for putting kayaks and a lot of stuff on the roof. I had taken the factory bumpers off and put on steel bumpers. I'd added a worn winch. One of the nice things on the new 2018 that they did is a lot of those things, those little tweaks that I made, now come from the factory, including steel bumpers. So now on the Rubicon, you can get factory steel bumpers. This is what came on the Hard Rock and some of the other special edition JKs. Well, it's a factory option now on the new JL, front and rear steel bumpers. And these are what I would call 50% winch ready, meaning you can pull these bolts out, this removes, a winch drops right in, but you do still need an adapter plate to mount a winch. So I have a worn Xeon winch coming with a worn winch plate. I'll pull these out, and that'll become a next update video, is putting that worn winch right in the front. Now on the grill, you'll notice one difference. The Jeep logo is now gone. We have LED though, headlights, and now marker lights on the wheel flares. Now you can get body matched wheel flares. I like the plastic black wheel flares myself. You'll also notice new hood latches. Now these hood latches, nice and easy, comes free, but it's kind of double engaging. And if you had a JK, maybe driving on the highway, you saw some hood flutter. Well, these really help solve that and address that. You're also going to notice on the hood some of the new vents. Now these are functional vents on the front and here on the side, and those also help regulate that air pressure inside so you don't get that hood flutter. So between the latches and the vents, they've solved that hood flutter problem. Same trademark 7-slot grill on the front, tow hooks, which is nice. And then I actually went ahead and plasti dipped a little bug visor, bug shield there on the front of my hood. We'll get more underneath on what's underneath in a little bit, but moving around to the sides, you're gonna notice you can still fold the windshield, but a lot of the bolts that were here are gone. It's a little cleaner look. The door hinges are still exposed. That was always a weak point. You know, I live on a gravel road. The JKs, you know, rocks get thrown and they slam, take your paint off. It is a Jeep. Some people might not be bothered by that, but I never liked getting my paint eaten off. So again, here I went ahead and plasti dipped these so they have a nice protective cover. The other change is already I added, the factory now offers a wider premium rock rail. Now Rubicons always come with a rock rail, but in this case they offer a wider one, and what that does is it gives me a full step, so I can now rest my boot on there and be able to get in and out and get to the roof easier. And I like having that step there. So it's about you can see it's about a few inches to let you get your toe on there and get in and out of the vehicle easier. So that is kind of one nice thing I like on the new, having that factory option. It also helps, it kind of blends in nicely and helps protect the hinges from stuff getting thrown and just the sidewalls in general getting messy. Wives don't like grabbing muddy door handles, just one of those things. I'm super stoked on the tires that come standard. Now these are BFG all-terrain TAKOs 33s. Now the Rubicons came with 22 or 32s before, mud terrains. They were good tires, but this is probably my favorite tire of all time, the all-terrain TAKOs. And one of the reasons is this mountain and snow traction rating. You'll see the little mountain symbol with a snowflake. Well, not a lot of tires have that, and that is a rating that basically shows control in snow. Like when I lived in Vermont for almost 15 years, these are the only tires that I'd put on my vehicle, and super stoked that they're coming on the Rubicon now. Standard and 33-inch tire. If you're into overland travel and more point-to-point living out of your vehicle than you are quote-unquote wheeling, a 33-inch tire is extremely capable and just a great offering to have come on the Rubicons. And you'll notice on the Rubicons there's now the Highline flares front and back, and those Highline flares now from the factory on the Rubicons you can mount 35-inch tires. So that's pretty cool that they built that in. They listened to what Jeep guys were doing. A lot of guys were buying them, pulling tires off. Well, now if you can do that with no lift needed, you can get 35s and have no rubbing. Moving up here to the top, you're going to see I have added the Mopar roof rack, and I've already gone ahead and put a Yakima Load Warrior rooftop basket up there. Now, this is the first time that Jeep has quote-unquote approved or recommended a roof rack for the hardtops. Now, the hardtop, you can still take the two front panels off in the front. Now they've extended, though, the rain gutter all the way out, and they offer a 150-pound rated roof rack from the factory, and they've done a really good job of putting in nice wide kind of outer bar and really a nice wide inner bar to really spread the load on the hardtop. And the hardtop is a new material, lighter weight, and with some more details inside. But new material on the hardtop, but this is the first approved roof rack that attaches to the rain gutters, now comes from right directly from Mopar and Jeep. That's pretty cool. Let's move around to the back. Here on the exterior of the back, you're going to notice they've strengthened the rear door hinges, and this rear door is now magnesium. There's a lot of the doors are aluminum, the hood is aluminum, new materials to help lighten weight overall. Here's the steel bumper on the rear, tow hook, and then full-size spare, again that BFG all-terrain TA, great tire. And then now if you do have the rear camera option, it's here in the middle of the spare, and this is really wide. We get in the interior, you'll see I have the 8-inch screen, and then what sticks out so far, it's like you can see around corners. Super wide field of view there. Then moving around the other side, Rubicons come with the premium fuel door. We have the options for the parking sensors and driving sensors, so you can tell when somebody's in your blind spot. Nice feature. We'll see how it holds up to trail use, but really nice safety feature. And then I think we're about ready to go inside. I guess before we go inside, let's look down underneath. Now underneath, you'll notice that if you knew the JK as well, there was a kind of a section of exhaust that hung down and was kind of exposed in the trail. That's been solved, and the evap canister in the back that hung down and was exposed for trail, that problem has been solved. So you still have the skid plated systems over transmission and key impact areas, all from fuel tank, all from the factory, but a lot of those little things that hung down and were prone to trail damage, those have all been corrected on the new JL. Good job. Quick look inside the hood. This is the 3.6 liter that's been around for a while. It's about 280 horsepower. The original JKs, like my 08, had a 3.8 liter that a little over 200 horses, and it is always considered a little weak. I just got used to, I'm not an aggressive driver, so I was used to it, but it was not very good at towing. This 3.6 is kind of a proven engine and will do plenty of fine for my purposes, and is a good driver, plenty of oomph, and I think 3,500 pound towing capacity on these. So now let's go into the driver's seat. Now part of the condition, and we traded in, again, my 08 JK for this, and my wife's Trailhawk to kind of consolidate down and use a joint vehicle. So this is our family vehicle, but the interior now is very nice. You have mesh pockets on the door for some storage. Doors are still removable, but you'll notice one of the things on the JK that was somewhat annoying was there were no door stops. They would just open and go to where it wanted to go. Well, now there's different stop locations. So if it is windy and you open the door, they don't slam out. So you can now actually have an open door and have it secured in a couple locations. Now moving on, comfortable steering wheel, the big instrument cluster, and all the controls you're used to, the lockers, the way they engage. A little different, but pretty much the same. One really nice feature on the new JLs is the new Jeep floor mats. And what's cool about them is they secure in, but they actually have a full drain port. So that's actually the outside of the vehicle that you're looking at. So I can bring a hose in here, wash it all out, and it actually flushes clear out. Then you can put that plug back in place, and there's your nice floor mat. So these are the optional extreme weather floor mats, front and back seat. Have a view inside of the instrument cluster. A lot of different readouts and get on the display. Nice big. This has got the 8-inch nav, everything. You connect, really nice features with your phone. Apple CarPlay. There's the really wide field of view in reverse. Really nice new interior layout. Moving up to the roof, you can kind of see a couple new things. And there are some lights. I don't ever find them to be quite enough back here, so I always add this Princeton Tech dive light onto my visor. It helps slide up and it just velcros around there. There are mirrors now. My old JK didn't have those. One of the cooler things is everything to get the hard panels on and off is now the levers. We used to have some annoying turn knobs back here. Well, those are now gone and it's all just lever based. So kudos to them doing that. Another detail on the visor is the home link system. You can have this programmed. I have it programmed to our garage, to the two different gates in and out of our neighborhood. And then down here, it's really nice. You have a lot of different inputs. You have the new GoPro, the new all-round USB style, classic USB style, and there's 3 different. You'll see a little one next to this. There's 3 different inputs. So if the guy in the back seat wants to DJ, you can let his phone connect and DJ. You can select which one of these is inputting to the stereo. That's kind of a cool feature. Let's move to back seat. So we go into the back door here. Now I have some dog protectors covers on here. There you can see the main door. On the back seat, we do have leather seats. They are covered with the nice Easy Dog Drive car seat cover. It covers the sides, but there's the main seats. They do still fold. The center headrest can come down. We have the child seat in here right now. This is where kind of the family goes right now. The dogs, kid in the back. Now you can see it again, the nice full coverage optional floor mat you can get. Then on the back of the seat, you'll see now the back seats have bungee net, but they're also MOLLE compatible. The modular lightweight load carrying equipment from the military and police. You'll see attaching various bags. Now you can actually add these bags right to the back of the seats. There were a lot of accessories to do this on the JKs. They kind of built it into the JL. So right now we're not carrying much more tactical than baby wipes and diapers in these pouches, but you can carry anything you need, and it's a really handy feature for keeping things conveniently located for the guys in the back. I also have an Easy Dog Drive seatbelt tether to keep the dogs in place. Now let's go to the very, very back. One other thing that I did add, this isn't available from Mopar. They did a good job on the front, and there are now side handles built in. We added one of these for wife and son when he gets older. There are now on the front as well, good handles right on that front pillar. Coming into the back, a little bit of customization has happened back here already for the trail, but as I bring the window up, I want to talk a little bit about the windows overall. They've increased the height of the windows all the way around the vehicle, so particularly in the very back, side windows, front windows. So it's a lot easier when you're driving now to see out of it. My wife likes that quite a bit. The rear seats can still fold forward. They're a little flatter. You'll notice that the subwoofer that used to be located here is now integrated more into the sidewall. And the nice thing about that is that I sometimes sleep in my vehicle, and now I have a lot more room. You can fit 2 people in here. Before it's kind of a 1-person deal. Now you can't fit 2 if you had to, but it's nice to have this subwoofer space for storage, and here's now the subwoofer itself. Now on the tailgate, I've already added my own custom tailgate table. Jeep is offering a tailgate table of their own. I'm gonna do mine one-handed. Flip this down. Now they have, you'll see this trail rail ready. This piece pops off and you can mount a track system in there. Now I had this custom table that I made in my JK. I just moved it over. Must be hang utensils, garbage bags. I cook on this with my backpacking stove. I have my Orion cooler located right here. It has tracks on it already, so I can bring cup holders, utility top tray. I can have a nice tray workstation here holding different things, and I have this cooktop to work on as well. That's a nice fit. I've already added, I always keep a silky trail saw strapped to the rear roll cage. This just comes out. These are incredible saws if you need quick trail clearing. I've even cut dinner plates with them on big trees. And then on the other side, I keep a little machete for more brush clearing right to that rear row bar. Here I have a kennel and just some GoPro stuff, Karma drone, and what I'm filming with here now. So let me move this stuff. This is a mat that I cut. I had my JK, a Lloyd floor mat, and I just cut it to fit the JL for now. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about the under storage under all this when I get this stuff out of here. All right, now everything is out of the back, and it is a really nice big storage area. Again, this is just a floor mat that I had in the JK, and I cut to fit in here. And if I roll it out of the way, you're gonna see some tie downs. These come standard. Nice thing about them is I can attach those to the side of the Orion or the kennels, hold things right in place. That's nice, just flip them up and you can anchor to them. The trail rail system, you remove these and then you have a full track adjustable anchor points. Now under that, they have a nice new storage area. Now the Jeep's gonna come with a little toolkit. This is for removing hardtop bolts. And then the other nice thing you'll see is they went ahead and said, hey, if you're gonna remove your hardtop bolts, have somewhere to put them. So we have storage for door hinges, storage for roof bolts and all that right built in so you don't lose them. And then this is now an optional that I've already added. It's a full liner, so I can keep all my tools, trail stuff, repair kit. I keep everything right there, and instead of having to walk back to the back to get everything, every time I need it, I can just take that whole tray out and bring it to where I need my tools. Fold that back, and again, nice big area. You can fold the seats all the way down, have really good storage in the back. Close this up. One thing I didn't comment on is the back seat has about 2 inches more room than the other JK had. So that's a nice feature, particularly when you have now kids going back there like we do. So this is the 2018 JLU Rubicon. Again, I was really happy with my JK. It took me on a lot of fun places, a lot of good adventures. I'm looking forward to seeing where we're gonna go with the JLU. There's only a few more little updates I'm gonna do to it. Again, I'll add that Warren winch in the front. This roof rack system is gonna evolve a little bit as I increase the storage up there and have some tool mounting points and an awning. And I'll do some future videos on mounting all that stuff. But out of the box, so to speak, from the factory, the Rubicon was always one of the most incredibly equipped vehicles you could buy. Well, they've improved it. They've made it even better, and it's going to take me a lot of fun places, and I look forward to it. If you have any questions, please comment below. Looking for any suggestions on gear or equipment, feel free to ask. Happy to share, and see you on the trail.